Girbeagly.
Hey there guys and gals, it's Girbeagly, and this is my 800 subscriber special video. It's a Q&A video. It's the very first one I've ever done, so I'm actually like a little bit nervous about it, to be honest. I've never done one of these. Some of the questions were great, some were just crazy and weird, so I'm gonna do my best as far as answering them. The fact that I reached 800 subscribers, guys, it just means the world to me. Thank you so much for everything. You guys are the best. I get messages from you every day, I get comments from you every day, I get tweets, I get Facebook comments and messages, and it just means the world to me. Thank you guys so much for keeping up, and I'm so sorry that I'm not able to get back to all of you, or I'm not able to get back to you immediately. Sometimes you guys have to go like weeks without hearing from me if you've written me like a long message. I'm really sorry for that, guys. I'm super overwhelmed with a day job, which takes up most of my time, and then when I come home I normally try to do my videos. So I do try to get back to you guys on Twitter and in the comments of YouTube videos the most, because that's the quickest for me. It's something that's pretty easily accessible for me, and I get a notice every time it happens. So if you guys want me to answer you right away, generally those are the best ways to hit me up. Otherwise, you know, guys, once again, like I said, sorry for the wait. But anyway, 800, way more than I thought I was going to get. So I'm going to just jump into these because this is probably going to be a long video. I might even break it up into 2 parts. We'll see how long this part goes. I got a timer here on the side, so I'm going to keep... Oh my god, I just shut it off. Okay. Yeah. Well, whatever. Anyway. Oh, yeah, before I start, guys. So, my friend Ruma, who is in my top channels, you guys should go check her out on my channel page, sent me a bunch of cookies and stuff for Christmas. Look how cute that is. That's so awesome. She drew me Gur, and that is just the coolest thing in the world. So I wanted to point that out real quick, guys. Anyway, first question, and I'm not reading these in any specific order, they're just kind of the order they're appearing on my comments page, is from my friend Derek the Beta Cat, and he asks, what is your all-time favorite game? Now, a lot of you guys know this because I've mentioned it before. For those of you who don't, it is Final Fantasy VI, or Final Fantasy III as it was called on the Super Nintendo. Final Fantasy VI is just one of those games that like, of any game in the world, I can pick that game up and play it from start to finish without stopping, because it's just, the story is great, the music's beautiful, the sprite work is gorgeous. Everything about that game, the gameplay by itself is like perfect in my eyes. I love that game. That is my favorite JRPG of all time. That's my favorite game of all time. So great question. Thanks so much, Derek. And by the way, I'm going to try to keep the questions popping up right here so that you guys can see the comments and the name of the person who puts them up. Sort of like mini shout outs. You guys should check out some of the people who comment, have YouTube channels of their own. Be sure to support them, because without your support for them, they might not go anywhere. And without your support, I wouldn't have gone anywhere. So who knows, you might find another version of me who's even better, which wouldn't be too hard to find, to be honest, but you know, there's a lot of untapped talent out there. So thank you again, Derek. Next question I see is from Lazarus. Lazarus says, have you ever thought about doing a co-op Let's Play with anyone? Well, as far as co-op Let's Plays go, I haven't had the chance to do a one-on-one co-op Let's Play. I'd love to at some point, but my schedule's nuts. Other people's schedules have been nuts. There's a ton of people on my list right now who have asked me to do so. Most notably, I'm going to be doing one with Derek at some point soon, the Beta Cat, and also with SVG Jason. I promised him one ages ago, and I'm sorry, Jason. I'll get around to it. We'll definitely do one soon. So thank you for the great question, Lazarus. We'll move on. And this is from my friend Kat, Celtic Irish Swordswoman. She just recently started doing Let's Plays on her YouTube channel, so go ahead and check her out, guys. And her questions, let's see here. I did have over 4 questions, but a limit of 3, so these are the most important ones. 1, how would you react to a huge purple teleporting rock appearing in your living room? Well, to be honest, if there was a huge teleporting rock appearing in my living room, it probably wouldn't fit in my living room. My living room's not that big, so I think the first thing I would do is start screaming like, ah, because like a rock just destroyed half my furniture. So that's probably how I would react to that. 2 is, how would you react to meeting an old man slash wizard slash guy slash thing, or the exact opposite of yourself? Well, the exact opposite of myself. I'm not sure if an old man or guy is the exact opposite of myself, seeing as how I'm like pretty laid back. I stay in a lot. I don't go to bed early, but I don't do any crazy stuff that much anymore. That's sort of gone back in my college days. But if I met an old wizard, I would be like, dude, teach me some magic. That stuff is kick-ass. That is cool. And then question 3 is, how would you react to getting the strength of Hercules? Hercules, well, he is a strong guy. I would probably do some heavy lifting to, like, get money or fame or something. That'd be kind of cool. I don't know. It would make moving a lot easier. I'd be able to move like bookshelves and stuff, and I could always like lift my car to change my tire. That would be kind of cool. I'd probably use it for some pretty practical stuff, to be honest. I wouldn't go for the fame and money thing. That's overrated. That's weird. But anyway, thanks, Kat, for the great questions. By the way, guys, I didn't say this before, but thank you so much for participating. I asked you guys to ask me questions for this video. You guys came out in force. There are so many freaking questions. Thank you so much for that. Let's see here. So next we have Ruma Blisk, who I was just mentioning a moment ago. She asks, what was the reason you started YouTube, or who was your inspiration to start it or move forward with it? Well, the reason I started YouTube was it was just to give myself a hobby. To be honest, I wasn't in a great place emotionally or mentally. I was having a lot of doubts about where I was going in life. I was just really kind of bummed out, and YouTube was one of those things where I was like, I was watching other YouTubers, most notably at the time I'd been watching some C-Nanners. I watched Toby Games, and Morgan and I used to watch Toby Games all the time. We thought he was the funniest guy in the world. Now I still love the guy. He's kind of gives me a headache because he's terrible at games, and it makes me scream at my computer when I watch him. But he's still a pretty funny guy, and he's super nice. And we were watching a lot of Toby, and I thought to myself, hey, you know what? I love video games. I got a computer. I can get a screen recorder. I'm going to give that a try just to give myself something to do so that in my downtime I'm not just sitting there, being depressed. And lo and behold, now it's one of the biggest passions in my life. And if I wasn't able to bring you guys a video every single day or as often as I do a week, I know I skip the occasional day here and there when I'm like sick or something or tired out, but my life wouldn't be nearly as complete as it is. I love doing this for you guys. I love that you guys are behind me 100% of the way, and it's just the greatest thing ever. So thank you guys, and thank you, Rune, for that wonderful question. By the way, guys, Rune is in my top channels. Go check her out as well. I think I mentioned that in the beginning. Whatever. There's no such thing as too many plugs. So this one comes from Captain So. This is my friend Sonia. She is a wonderful, wonderful girl. Thank you very much, Sonia, for your continued support over the course of this 800 subscriber journey. She has 3 questions. One is, if you could go to any universe/fantasy land, example Middle Earth, SW universe, I'm assuming that's Star Wars universe, where would you go? Well, to be honest, out of any of the universes that are out there, things like Middle Earth and Star Wars galaxies and things like that are really, like Game of Thrones. Some people I know like jump into Game of Thrones. Or Game of Thrones, I'm like, really? You want to go into Game of Thrones kingdoms, like get your head chopped off like immediately? As soon as someone starts liking you, you're gonna die. You know that, right? That's how the show goes. But I would probably go to the land of Hogwarts, with wizardry and everything of Harry Potter. That stuff is awesome to me, because how cool would it be to be able to go to Hogwarts and learn spells and potions and just, that would be the best high school experience in the world to me. I think that would be kick-ass. It'd be really cool. I loved those books, and I really like the movies a lot. I actually have them all on Blu-ray. So yeah, call me I'm a big Harry Potter fan. I'm into it. So that's my choice there. Question number 2, what are some of your favorite animated films? My favorite animated films would mostly be anime, to be honest. I love anime. I love it so much. Hayao Miyazaki and Studio Ghibli. For those of you who saw the Christmas Goodies vlog, Spirited Away is my #1 animated movie. I love that movie. The pacing is great. The action is great. The humor is there, and it translated so well to English that, normally I don't get like super hardcore about needing Japanese language, like native language, but it's awesome to watch in English, and I love it in English. So it's one of those great movies. As far as Americanized films go, Finding Nemo, Up, WALL-E is probably my favorite of any of those. The Pixar movies are like amazing to me. They're just super compelling and enriching. So that's the answer to that one. If you were a tired, thirsty sky pirate, where would you be? All right, Sonia. If I was a tired, thirsty sky pirate, I know we talked about this, and this is a reference to Pirates of the Caribbean, I believe. But I think I would be dead? I don't. Okay, sorry. You're gonna have to send me a nasty message because I don't remember what the answer to that is. But anyway, thank you so much, Sonia, for the kind questions. They were great. Next we have, I think I'm saying this right, Kia Lau. If you could instantly learn, I'm sorry if I butchered your name, by the way. If you could instantly learn a language, which would you choose and why? And what's my favorite chemical element? Okay, so as far as, I should actually answer those separately like I've been with everyone else. So the first one was, if I could learn any language, it'd probably be Japanese, to be honest. It's really cool. I've never had the chance to formally learn it. I have watched anime for a big portion of my life. I play a lot of Japanese video games, and I learn little bits and pieces, but nothing conversational. I would probably talk like I was a small baby child, so I don't know any of that, but I think it's a cool language. I love anime. I'd love to be able to understand like a lot of the imported stuff that comes here that's in Japanese. Man, I love the culture. It's really cool. They have awesome food. And so that's the answer to that. What's your favorite chemical element? Mine would probably have to be, to be honest, it'd be iron. I like iron because iron is one of those building blocks of life. I was actually just taught, as weird as this is, the reason the science thing is in my banner where it says video game science booze is because I talk about science all the time, whether it's on the channel or not. I'm always talking about science. I love it. I was just talking about Morgan the other day, how crazy it is that iron is one of the building blocks of life. Like, we as humans need it in our like blood, in our body. That's weird. It's a metal, and it's a metal that is also really cool to me because you can forge it into weapons and tools, and without iron we wouldn't have gotten steel and blah blah blah. And that's really cool to me, that an element like that exists. That's something that's tough enough to build a pickaxe out of, but at the same time is something that is a building block of life almost. That's something that we ingest and it makes us healthier, albeit in very small quantities compared to what you use to make a tool. Anyway, thank you for the question. Moving on to Ezreal Hallam. Once again, sorry if I'm butchering that last name. Ezreal Hallam or Hallam. Now with the YouTube copyright system in place, does this mean that you will not be playing AAA games, or will you upload them without monetization? Well, as far as that goes, lots of you guys have probably been hearing about all this YouTube copyright crap that's going on. It's driving a lot of us crazy. It's destroying some people's channels. Some people who are close to me are being affected by this in such a negative way, and I hate that, and it's driving me crazy. Now, as far as AAA games go, I hopefully will be able to continue to upload them, but like you mentioned there, Ezreal, I might do it without monetization. If I get flagged for it, I'm probably just going to remove the monetization. However, that's not going to keep me from uploading it. I know a lot of you guys were so excited about Assassin's Creed Black Flag, and I had just started uploading that before all this crap went down, and unfortunately it didn't scare me so much as I wanted to be more cautious about how I proceeded with it. which is why I haven't put up any more parts to the series. But I'm gonna start that up again once I clear off a couple more games from my plate. You guys will be seeing more of it, and like I said, if YouTube's like, hey man, like that's not cool for you to put up, then I'll just demonetize it, or I'll swap out some music, or do something along those lines that's going to appease them to a degree where I can continue to bring you guys that entertainment, because I know a lot of you guys don't want to play it or buy it yourselves, so watching it is something that you want to do. So thank you for the great question. That's actually something that I was probably going to touch on more in another vlog, and now I don't really have to. Probably going to end this part of the Q&A here with this last question from my good buddy Tim, King Miltank. He's got a great channel as well. He does some Let's Plays. Go check him out. Would you rather have your head in our switch places, or leave me to crumble into a pile of dust if the world's milkshake supply ran completely dry? So for those of you who don't know, King Miltank loves his milkshakes. They are his lifeblood. If he doesn't have a milkshake, he withers up and he dies, just like he said. So to be honest, Tim's a great friend. I love him to death. I would switch where my butt is with my head, and I would talk out of my butt cheeks, and I would have a head that made poo-poos. And I would do it all for you, Tim, because I care about you, man, and I would take that bullet for the team there. So thank you so much for that great question, Tim. Thank you guys to everyone who's contributed questions. If you didn't see your question in this video, just know that I'm going to be doing another one, probably uploaded later today, that you guys can see yours in as well. For those of you who already got your questions answered, thank you so much for submitting them. I love every single one of you guys. You mean the world to me. I mean that. And as always, it was great seeing you. Bye-bye.